UFC 330 just concluded, and the glazing of Islam Makhachev by Ian Garry is absolutely disgraceful, guys. And many people have even had the audacity to put the Dagestani into the GOAT conversation, guys. We are discussing this right now. Islam Makhachev is not the GOAT. And I don't care if he gets 100 wins in the UFC. Body lock and waiting out rounds and wrestling guys, not risking anything. Let's go over this career, okay? He's got the 2 wins over Volkanovski, who was a guy who fought in a weight class below him. And we all know that was when Volkanovski was older. The win over JDM, he cherry-picked that win over JDM. He dodged the fight with Ilia Topuria. He was supposed to fight at the White House. He made up this story about, I was ready. Brother, I was ready to fight. Sing contract, I fight. No, the reports, if everybody remembers, during the White House event, everything was getting set up. They were saying that his hand was damaged. So that's why it was going to be Topuria versus Gaethje. And here we go. We got the casuals throwing in Islam Makhachev into the GOAT conversation. Are we freaking kidding right now? Are we really going to do this? Is he past Anderson Silva? The guy who looked like he was the Matrix out there knocking guys out? His finishes, the only good finish he's had is the head kick of Volkanovski. Anderson Silva had so many finishes. He was dominant. He wasn't going to judges' scorecards, guys. And then let's just compare him with another legend. He wants to be in the GOAT conversation. Demetrius Johnson. He wasn't just finishing guys. He was finishing them in epic fashion. This guy was not a decision monster. Let's not even get into it with the whole Dagestani talk. We all know that they're good at wrestling. We get that. But they don't risk no damage. Holding a guy down is wrestling. That's a different sport. Use the wrestling to take a guy down and then beat them up. At least with Khabib versus Islam, Khabib would take you to the ground. He would smash you. When you look at Islam's fight, if you call this Dagestan versus Ireland Part 2, this is the crappier version of the Part 2. I remember the first fight with Conor McGregor and Khabib. Khabib holding him down in the second round. Let's talk now, brother. Let's talk. And he's just smashing it. And the ground and pound was vicious by Khabib. And I don't ever remember Khabib losing a round during his career. It was just different. I mean, all respect, he's a great fighter. I'm not going to ever knock and say that Islam Makhachev is not a great fighter. He's just not an entertaining fighter. And you can't be the GOAT if you don't put the fear of everything in it. If you was facing off against Anderson Silva or you was facing off against Islam Makhachev, who would you rather fight? Well, probably not the guy that's going to kick you in the freaking head with his foot from my way. Well, Islam Makhachev did that to Ian Garry, so. But either way, I'm not going to backtrack on this. Anderson Spider Silva reinvented the game, dude. He looked like he was Neo in the Matrix. He's leaning back and just he humiliated guys. What he did to Forrest Griffin, dude, knocking him out like he was nothing. The way he knocked guys out, it was just different. Anderson Silva was just different, guys. As we go down this freaking fight card, this UFC 330, the co-main event was more entertaining than the main event. Besides that one highlight in the second round where Islam kicked him in the head, he did nothing, guys. He left that fight. He looked like he got scratched by a bear. on his face. And the only good shots that Ian Garry really landed on was when he had him in the clinch. Islam had him up against the cage, and Ian Garry's just throwing these little flicking, like he's whipping a towel into his face, putting little pop shots on him, putting that leather on him. And he busted him up pretty good off of that. And I remember watching him, Islam going back to the corner in round 3 or 4, looking gassed. I'm like, my God, dude, he looked like Hamzat out there. I'm like, my God, brother. So, if you ask me, if he wants to fight again before Ramadan, he better, and we all know he's going to be begging for Carlos Prates. He's going to be asked, please, Dana. Ali Abdulaziz going to be messaging, brother, we need Carlos Prates, brother. Right? He's going to cherry pick the next one, right? He's seen JDM didn't have no wrestling counter. Let me get this guy. I'm going to move up now. He sees he didn't try to move up to that other weight class or go back down to 155 and challenge Topuria. No, I'm taking the easy fight. Give me JDM. Give me Ian Garry, who can't wrestle. I mean, it's cherry picking. That's why in my opinion, he's got to fight Michael Morales next. Michael Morales has to fight Ian Garry. And my God, Jillian Robertson, it's a shame what. And going back to this Dean Thomas.
I think that might be as far as she can go, and I am officially retiring from cornering fighters tonight. Wow. Yes.
You're doing the Matt Serra.
I'm doing the Matt Serra. I am no longer cornering fighters.
Can we not
decide
this the night of? Maybe you need time to sit on it.
Look, they're even already trying to walk him back. Maybe anytime sit on this, take the night off. He just showed her up on national television after she won that 5th round. Came back, she got beat. Mackenzie Dern's legit, dude. I mean, what can you say? She was the bigger fighter. You could tell as a parent out there who the better athlete was. And you've been with this fighter for a long time, and this is how you out her on national television.
I've been sitting on that, and I'm telling you now that's what I'm doing. It's breaking news.
Oh, he's breaking news. He's going to show her up on her title fight night where she got home.
It's just, I told myself that I would do this with her. I would see her journey out.
See her journey out. We'll see her journey out. If you're coaching somebody and your fighter says, I want you to be with me till the end of my career, is that when you lose the most challenging fight of your life? That's when I'm out. You're at the top of the mountain and you fail. I'm out. Is that loyalty? You just let everybody know on national television who you are, brother. You're a snake. You're only with you when you're up. You ain't with them when you're down, brother. And that right there that's a smear, boy. That's a poop stain on your record, boy.
And take her as far as I think she can go.
It's crazy to me because it's just no respect for these fighters, man. It's just crazy. Great job for Mackenzie Dern. She did well in this fight. Her boxing was good. Jillian Robertson had some great ground and pound in that 5th round. She never gave up. I mean, early in this fight, she was in a rear naked choke. She got out of it. All she did was turn her head towards the choke, and she was getting squeezed. Man, I was looking at the clock like, man, she could go out at any minute. And this is against a legit black belt BJJ phenom here, Mackenzie Dern. And to out her like she didn't work hard, dude, she got her butt kicked and she kept going. That's hard. I respect to Jillian Robertson. Jalen Turner, man, this guy just keeps winning. Performance of the night bonus. Knocked him out with a vicious combo. Uppercut set him down. Finished him with some ground and pound. And Kai Fernandez just gets his butt kicked. Man, Sir Abdul Malik. Man, this guy just can't get any luck. Even when he's supposed to be the super favorite, he's getting beat up by a guy named Dustin Solstice. Stoltzfus out there, the clinch game was vicious. Letting the body shots go to the body, to the head, upstairs. Great showing for Dustin Stoltzfus. Submitted him. It was just overall insane performance. Edson Barbosa laid the gloves down, guys. I would have loved to see him just go ahead and go to, Muay Thai or kickboxing. And his last fight against Estevan Ribovic is a monster. I predicted he would win, and by KO TKO he did, but he survived till the second round, late in the second round. I was shocked by that. I thought Estevan would get him out of there in the first round, but we move on. It was just delaying the inevitable. That guy's a monster. Joel Alvarez, man, what is... I'm telling you, Joel Alvarez is just a massive disappointment, guys. All this talk about him training with Elite, with Islam Makhachev, and helping him get ready for his fight, he come up here and laid a goose egg, dude. Straight up goose egg. Didn't use the ground game, didn't learn none of the ground game. He's still same old Joel Alvarez up there striking it out and zero ground game. Cheating, great win by Cheating Najuke, taking that to the decision, getting a unanimous decision. Charles Johnson with the Scottish twister on Eduardo Ciapolina. Guys, this was a barn burner of a fight. If you haven't watched this fight, need to watch this fight. This was at a catchweight because Eduardo Ciapolina, if you didn't know, he picked this fight out on a short notice. And this was a war. Ciapolina was getting the better of him early in this fight, and man, it's OG Charles Johnson. You give him time, he gets around on you, he starts to go to work. And this guy apparently taps guys out all the time with that Scottish twister. It's pretty much when you get a body triangle from bottom, and then when they try to roll out of it, you spin them the other way, kind of like, and it just will screw them up. If you've ever had a body triangle on somebody and then try to push them away from you, put some major pressure on that lower back and that spine. So that's why he tapped. Lord knows it's either that or your spine goes. So great finish by Charles Johnson. Dante Johnson came out like he was shot out of a cannonball and absolutely put it all over Eric Makhachev, pieced him up. And Dante Johnson said he was going to, try to fill it out. That wasn't much filling out there, brother. Huge win for him. Vicente Luque knocked out Tresean Gore's teeth in this fight. But Tresean Gore is absolutely, he's a monster. Goes to decision. Both these guys beat the heck out of each other. And Tresean Gore, after the fight, he's like, I got my teeth right here, root and all. I think it was one of those knees towards the end. But overall, Tresean Gore started off kind of slow, and then he just started to pour it on in that fight. Great win by him. He doubled him up in total strikes. And as you can see, first round was kind of pretty stagnant. Second round's when Tresean pulled ahead. Ciapolina came back late Vicente Luque came back late in the third round, but Tresean Gore he was already ahead, had the momentum. He finished it off. We move on. The early prelims, great win by Lucas Fernando. That huge KO for him in the first round. Just caught him. Massive strike. This dude's gonna be rising up the ranks. Great talent. 69 strikes he landed in that first round. Absolutely stunning performance for Lucas Fernando against Rafael Tobias, who's actually a pretty decent fighter, but just overall not athletic enough to take him. Neil Magny pulls off a huge win here, guys. The underdogs on this card just absolutely just outperformed. He beats Ramiz Brahimaj, and not many people thought that Neil Magny was going to pull this off, but this guy just always finds a way to just get it done, guys. And that's what he did. Neil Magny is crafty, and every time you doubt this guy, he's an underdog king, guys. And heck of a fight. Ramiz Brahimaj is a good prospect too, but Neil Magny is just the real deal. And let's talk about the upset of the evening right here, guys. And it ain't even the fact that the Dagestani hugged it out in the main event. But Jeremiah Wells from Philadelphia, guys, this guy is a heck of a fighter, threatening to lay the gloves down if he don't get, top 15 status. But he takes out Mike Tybek Orablai, who was a 1,300 favorite from Kyrgyzstan, the Mongolian. He gets submitted, Nomad or whatever, and Jeremiah Wells catches him in this like power guillotine from the front after Mike Tybek gets cracked with a huge right hand. He immediately kind of like stumbles back and he's like, I'm shooting in a takedown. He shoots in the takedown with like a lazy takedown, kind of like Hamzat shot on Sean Strickland. And Jeremiah Wells catches him in this front choke like you put your like little brother in. And he just tapped. He immediately cried uncle on that one. I mean, he's cranking that front headlock. It's almost like he's cinched it up in between his armpit, and he's got it behind his head, and he's just cranking that front head choke. And if you looked at Jeremiah Wells, you could see this guy's strong as heck just by looking at him. You know this guy stays in the gym, and he ain't just lifting weights. This guy's doing like real martial arts training. This guy ain't no phony strong. He is natural strong. And the Kyrgyzstani gets submitted, and that's the biggest upset. And just, I could not believe it. Jeremiah Wells with a huge win. But the biggest highlight of the night, guys, we can't. Boom! Ian Garry got knocked out. I just could not believe it. And the Dagestani, if he would practice more instead of holding guys on the ground, he'd probably be able to finish Ian Garry. Look, see, he's chasing him. Props to Ian Garry for recovering after that kick to the head. He just got hit one more time. Nice head on throw right there. Boom, dropped him. Insane. Islam Makhachev still pound for pound number one, but, GOAT list, I still got guys ahead of him. I got John Jones at 1. I got Demetrius Johnson at 2. I got Anderson Silva still at 3. And then I got GSP after that. And, he can make his way up that list. I still think Khabib's a better fighter, honestly, in my opinion. Maybe not record double champ status, but if you was to put them guys in their prime, Khabib smashes him. I just give respect to some of these other guys and what they did, So, let me know in the comments below what you think. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe this video. Thanks for watching. Peace.